So I'll start with a joke actually. One of my friend was moving out of state, and once I asked him, "How is packing going?" He said, "Oh, my wife has so much stuff." Like he was blaming his wife. I was like, "Oh, I'm normal. I don't hoard things." Okay, conversation keep going. And I don't know what exactly his wife was hoarding. I am guessing that probably women usually collect like maybe kitchenware, I don't know, clothes, some kind of stuff. And if you go, I'm collecting two actually. Yes, I'm hoarding two. I'm hoarding plants. I sometimes hoard them so much I cannot take care of them and they die because uh, I'm not watering enough of them. I'm in process on doing automatic watering actually because summer is coming and no way I can water myself all my plants. Sometimes it's so much, and because that's edible plants, I don't have time to eat them. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you leave me a comment below if you have single person who doesn't hoard anything. I'm wondering if such person exists. Maybe not. It just depends on what exactly you're hoarding. So that man, I was like going conversation. Apparently, he had a sport moto in his garage. I said, that's the case. You're hoarding. Now, if you count, this is simple math actually. It's like basic algebra from school. How much was costing that sport bike? Plus, you need to have insurance for such bike taking place. Okay, don't worry about like how much it's taking space and how much you need to pay to move that stuff from one state to another state. But if you struggle to like budgeting and finding basically you don't have enough income for your family, you need to do simple math like how much my plants costing me, like how much it was costing me to acquire the plants, some of them like zero, and how much was costing that bike. Because usually I know one woman was collecting clothes, branded clothes, but she was having good good job with payment, and her husband said, "Okay, I'm not gonna pay for your branded clothes. You do it from your salary." But that was fine. This is rare. Usually people, usually women collect. I don't think so. That's expensive clothes. This just like have so many things. Um, Hold on, people keep messaging. Now, for example, my husband, what he collects, because usually men collects some electronics, maybe tools. Tools, I cannot say tools of my husband cost a lot of money. I don't think so. Mostly that's electronics, some, something for music, TV. I own only my old laptop because I don't have time to clean it and sell it. I have new laptop, which I'm using right now for my live stream, and I have my cell phone. Then basically that's it from electronics. And even my cell phone costs like $500. And that earplugs actually were I think they were free from something else actually. Okay. Now, so this is not about how much takes place, but how much you spend on hoarding stuff. And do you really need that stuff? Now, I'm gonna read something from a book. The average American purchased 37 items of clothing each year. I'm not sure if I do so much. 37 items of clothes, that's way too much. One study found we now own 107 items of clothing. I don't know, go and count how many you have. I sure I have more than that, but there is a reason behind that one. When I was much younger, I realized instead of doing laundry every single 2 weeks, I will just buy a lot of underwear and do my laundry once a month. So like bulking. So it saves time. The same thing I do right now. Even my kid has so much clothes, so I do laundry once in 3 weeks. It's saving time, but most people have a lot of clothes not for that reason. They do it for other reasons, just hoarding. Let's do. That study also detailed how we feel about those 1,700 items. It discovered that we consider 21% of those clothes unwearable. So they just keep accumulating dust. We think 57% of the items aren't great, either too tight or too loose. So you cannot wear them because they don't fit very well your frame. That doesn't apply to me actually, because most of my items, 50, around like 80% of my clothes, I can still wear them. Then we have an average of 12% we never wore. So it's brand new. And we throw away about 68 pounds of clothing and textiles per person per year. Yeah, because clothes you just can donate and that's it. Okay, let's go further. One person, I don't know who is that, some scientist probably, wrote that people with compulsive buying disorder describe shopping as intensely exciting. And like addiction, it's often a learned coping mechanism. Negative emotion, for example, depression, anxiety, boredom, were the most commonly cited antecedents. While euphoria or relief from negative emotion were the most common consequences. And he said, our abundance of cheap items means the disorder affects low-income people just as much as it does rich people. And the quick repeatability is the key, he explained. Many compulsive shoppers buy in quantity. All right, let's go for the... And even many dogs in the United States now have more possessions than Americans just a few hundred years ago. My wife and I don't dress up our dogs but because animal cruelty is wrong, but the dog clothing industry alone is projected to be worth 16 billion in the next handful of years. And now we go. Bonus. This is how you can avoid buying stuff, basically. Quick tip. Here is a good rule of thumb. You help you decide whether to buy something new or donate an old item. Decide within 60 seconds. I think if you don't know how long is that, 60 seconds, use timer on your phone. The psychology researcher Melissa Norberg, who is the president of the Australian Association for Cognitive and Behavior Therapy, wrote, "Whenever you find yourself taking longer than a minute to make a decision, it's likely you are trying to find a justification for making an unnecessary purchase or keeping an unneeded item." So, think about that item, start your timer, and see if you can do. You know what? This rule really applies to my husband. He actually, I don't know if you ever heard, there is an application, Slick Deals, where you can actually look what kind of deals you have on any different websites. And sometimes he says, oh, this is like a tool with discount. And he goes like around, oh, I can attempt like I need to buy. But I have already like two the same tools. Like I don't need another one. It's obvious, right? So that's a quick tip for you. If you have any hoarding, basically probably you can do like inventory check, go around your house. Let's say, here's what I have here next to me, like looking at this one. Do I need that one? And you know what? I don't need this one. And my kid doesn't need that one. This my husband bought, actually. I don't buy this stuff because it's just useless. It's just keep collecting dust. Unpractical. So most items actually need to be donated or trashed. And I'm sure you will have the same. But here's the thing. This that was a very little chapter in book, actually. If you never heard about Michael Easter, book called Scarcity Brain. I recommend that book, actually. Unfortunately, like they explain why we have hoarding. It doesn't give you many tips what to do. But basically, there is it's evolution of why we have so many hoarding. Oh, that's interesting. I just saw one person join it, and then next minute it was zero. Because it was a mechanism to survive. Because like back then, like many millions years ago, whatever, we had, for example, tools. We need that tools so we can hunt with that tools. We can do barter that tools, like trading, and so forth. And that's the reason. It's if you think like hoarding is a modern thing, it's not modern thing. It did exist like the whole human history. It's nothing new. But before that, people were spending time to make that to collect them. But now people spend money, hard-earning money. Just imagine you go to work for 8-9 hours, and then you spend that money to hoarding stuff which you never used. And you're just boring yourself with not really helpful habits. In any case, if you know that there is a reason behind your hoarding, mostly that's your emotional state, emotional well-being, mentally, because some people, even they understand why they do hoarding, they cannot just get rid of their stuff. They need some help. So there are a lot of TV shows. Maybe you need to address that your emotional state, emotional health. And that's the reason I created my channel. because it helps to get your emotional health back with very, very simple exercises, which I discovered a long time ago, and I just didn't know how much that exercise is powerful. Okay, some people joining and leaving. In any case, I thought if I have anyone in my stream, I will just I can answer your questions. But actually, I don't know what else about talking for hoarding. But I think the main thing what anyone needs to do, addressing emotional health, because if you living in negative emotions, even if you will get rid of stuff in your house, eventually in several months you will gonna have exactly the same situation. You will start to hoarding again. So just getting rid of stuff, it's not gonna work. I don't believe so. But if you're in good and mental health, you probably can try to eliminate something. But I would say at first you should eliminate buying stuff. Then you go to next step, eliminating what you already have around your house. And some people need to go to eliminate like everything. Some people need to go by small steps, starting with closets, like clothes or something else. It doesn't matter. But then small steps, because some people, when they do like big changes, can be too much for our brain. Our brain doesn't like any changes, even that changes are very small. It doesn't like any changes. It's very conservative, and you need to know about this. Okay, I will end in this note. And in any case, leave me a comment below what kind of issue you have, if you have any questions. But in any case, this is the book you will need to read. Just one book, that's it. Not many books. And this book has answer for so many questions about our behavior and psychology. And I never read anything like that. And this is not even for like psychologists or something. Michael is a journalist. But apparently he is a professor in university too. He has two books actually. Another one is Comfort Crisis, which I can recommend too. Okay. See you soon. Bye.